Alright, so I got the camera up high, not to make me look skinny. I already tried that, it didn't work. I basically got it up high for you can kind of get like a little bit of like an angle of the aliens where you can kind of look at them and you don't have to look at me. So I figured that might be a little bit easier on your eyes. I got a goal. I got a big stack of toys still sitting over here. My goal is to get completely 100% caught up by New Year's. For when New Year's comes, I can start doing like top 10 videos, more videos like that, instead of just boring reviews, because that seems to be the case of everybody. So I'd like to do a little bit more collection version videos. So on the aliens, we're just going to do them all at once. We have this Lambert. This thing looks really amazing. On lines like aliens, it's like, normally I like the aliens and the predators and like the monsters, but when a line like aliens, it's like you're kind of happy to get like a human character. And then you have the Comic-Con exclusive. Yeah, that's kind of how far I am behind. And normally I don't really get the color ones because it just kind of seems pointless to me. I kind of just more so like to get the ones that were in the movie. If they weren't in the movie, I try to leave them alone. It was a con exclusive Teenage Ninja Mutant Ninja Turtle. What? The Turtles. Alien. I got it. We're going to check it out. And then the 2-pack with Carter and the Xenomorph. Okay. This thing is cool. This is definitely something you want to wait for clearance on, though, because it's just like, it's basically you get Carter, which is cool. It's cool to have like a human character, once again, for aliens, because when you look at the alien collection, it's basically, it isn't, but it looks like it's all just the same alien. There's a few different ones, but they really look so similar to where it almost looks like the same figure over and over and over. And that's exactly what is in this. So if you're going to get this, you're basically paying 50 bucks for him and an alien that you probably already have and a sign that you might not even display. So we're going to check them all out. Alright, so I got them all set up for you can kind of check the scale on them. Lambert's just a little bit under 8 inches. He's about 6.5. And then the Xenomorph alien, just a little bit under, if I hold the camera right, just a little bit under 9 inches. Alright, first off, we have this Lambert figure. This is the one that I was really excited about. Like, this thing is a really nice piece to add in my alien collection. This is like the kind of stuff that, you know, I'm really looking forward to. I know when it's like Star Wars, I get bummed when they make a bunch of human characters, but when it's like Alien or Predator, I look forward to the human characters because basically it's just a lot of black aliens up there on the shelf until you get something like this, and then that really stands out. She does come with 2 heads. I mean, they're both done really well. It's kind of, I mean, whenever you got a space dome, that's a no-brainer for me. But this one's really well done. It's just going to go up in the drawer. And look at like the aged patina on this thing, like with the copper, the brass. I mean, just take a minute and soak that up because that is how it is done. NECA, come on, man. These guys are just killing it. Like, look at this thing. Look at the patches on the back. I mean, this is like a perfect action figure. If this was a character that I actually truly, really cared about, you know, I mean, it's just Lambert. It's like a human character in Alien. She's just like a disposable character. But if this is like a character that I really cared about, like the Hulk or who knows, like, I mean, just a superhero, like, this is why I kind of wish like NECA was doing like Marvel or DC or something, because just look at the work on this thing. Like, it's an unbelievable toy. It's basically a perfect action figure. She comes with this space gun. I don't know how she shoots it with these big space gloves on, but apparently she can still almost kind of get her finger in the trigger. She also comes with this flashlight, and I really love how she holds it. And when my light hits that light, it almost looks like that thing is working. So that is really well done. And they don't stop there. They got these little hoses that actually plug into the back of the helmet. You can actually take the helmet off. This part comes off. Then you got to pull the head off, and then you got to pull this out. It's kind of like a 3-part deal. I'm not going to just do that because who wants to display this thing without a helmet on? Like, there's no way you're putting this badass helmet in your drawer. The articulation on this thing is mind-blowing good. At least for me, it's not like the movement that a lot of you guys would like to get, but for me, I'm really, really, really happy with it. It's kind of got like a double ab crunch on it. It also turns at the waist. You don't see any joints there. Like, that is how it's done. For all you other toy companies out there, buy a NECA figure, buy this figure especially, and learn how to do articulation where you hide the joints. You don't have these big, ugly pins. It's just something really nice. These things kind of move around so you can still move the shoulders. The shoulders are on a ball. You get a little bit of movement there. You could get a lot of movement there, but you need this on here. Then it also has a bicep swivel, which you can't even tell because how well it's hidden. And then on the elbow, you have a single elbow. You don't get a ton of movement out of that because of how bulky her costume is. I'm going to try to get a little bit out of it. And then it also turns here. So, I mean, just look at how clean that joint is. That is just definitely how it's done. And, like, look at all this little detail there. Like, it's just amazing. It's like a perfect action figure. They couldn't do any better on this thing. On this wrist, it's the same wrist that we've been getting forever. The thigh joint, I love this thigh joint. I love how it kind of swivels here, moves around. Her costume's kind of like a soft rubber, so it kind of goes up into there. There's no thigh cut here, but you don't need it because you have it here. This on the knee, you have a single knee. You don't get a lot of movement out of that because of how bulky the costume is. And then it does like also swivel here. Like that is just amazing. Well done. The feet are on a ball. You get a little bit out of that. You'd probably get more out of it if she wasn't such a big bulky costume. All right, and then you have this Carter figure, and this thing's kind of hard to justify, at least on the expense. It's basically 50 bucks. They give you a figure that you pretty much everybody already has. If you're an alien collector, you definitely have one of these on your shelf. So you're like, this one's like hard to justify. You're sitting in Toys R Us, and you're like thinking about it, and you're like, I don't know. I do have that coupon in my pocket, so why not? I think I'll go ahead and get it, which is something that I did. Just because I want another human character on my alien shelf, because my alien just looks like a lot of black aliens up there, so something like this kind of definitely sets it off. The character, I mean, he really wasn't that cool in the movie, but he is cool to have a human character on this. Look at the detail on this. The likeness is pretty much spot on. Like, it couldn't be any better. This is like NECA perfection. Once again, it's like basically a perfect action figure. I don't have any complaints about this action figure at all. I mean, he is exactly what he's supposed to be. The articulation on this, the head is on a ball, doesn't move a whole lot, but it moves enough for me. The shoulders are also on a ball, tons of movement there. The single elbow, which is an elbow that I usually like or usually prefer because you can't see anything there, and it also has this movement here, which I like. Same wrist joint you've been getting forever. And it looks like it doesn't have an ab crunch, but it does, and he has like a soft rubber shirt on and a soft vest, so you can actually get a little bit of ab crunch out of that. Mine has like this weird oil coming out of the joints, which I've seen this before. I don't know if they do that, if they can kind of plug this stuff together, or if they oil it for the paint doesn't chip. I don't know why they do it, but I've seen it before. So you got to kind of wipe them down before you put them on the shelf. Instead of having a cut in the thigh, they kind of have this up here, which is something that I wish other toy companies were doing. It has a single knee, which you don't get a whole lot of movement out of that, but I'll take that over two big bulky pins right here any day of the week. And it also swivels here, which is something that I really like. So other action figures out there, look at this. This, to me, is how articulation is supposed to be done. The feet are on a ball. You don't get a whole lot of movement out of that because of the pants. If I try to move it, it pops off that little ball right there. So I don't really get much there. But here he is. Here's Carter. I think he's perfect. I hope you like Carter because you're basically paying 50 bucks just for him. He does come with this sign, and once again, NECA killed it. Like the sculpt, the detail. They couldn't have did a better job on the sign. And they didn't just mess with the front. They went ahead and did equally good on the back. They got this metal. Everything's patina. It's rusted up. Really kill it. They really know what they're doing. And then he comes with this Xenomorph alien, which I'm sure that you have probably at least 4 to 6 of these things on your shelf already. So we'll just go over it real quick. The jaw does move up and down. This little mouthpiece does slide in and out, except for if you slide it too far in, you got to get tweezers to get it back out. So that's as far as I'm going to go from there. Basically, the articulation is exactly like this one. So we'll just go over it on one of them real quick. The head is on a ball. It moves a little bit, not much. The shoulders are also on a ball. I think that's done really well because you can't see any joint there. The elbows, once again, no pins, no nothing. Double elbow, tons of movement, and it moves this direction. So you get like a 2-for-1 there. And it's a double elbow, so they're really killing it. Everybody take note, no pin. I hate the pin in action figures. Someday I hope that goes away for everybody. The thighs, nice and clean joint there. Once again, you can rock it in and out instead of a cut in the thigh. Much better choice. For some reason, they have a pin down here, but the pin is really small, and I'm going to pretend like that doesn't bother me. Then you have a hinge on the toe, which you really don't even need a hinge on the toe, but I'll take it. It's like, do I want clean or do I want articulation? Well, they did that clean, and there's a pin, so I think I would rather go ahead and go with articulation on that. This thing has a bendy tail, like... sorry, most of the aliens, so I actually think that's pretty cool. It's just another black alien. Then you kind of have like this teenage mutant ninja turtle sewer alien. At least that's what I think they're trying to sell it as. And normally I wouldn't have bought this, but since it was a con exclusive, I said screw it, why not? You basically already have this action figure. I didn't see an alien up there with these exact hands. Maybe these hands are new. Maybe I just didn't look hard enough, or maybe I missed one in my collection. There's hands that are similar, but this exact identical hand I didn't see. And it doesn't really matter if it's reused or not, because this thing with this brown and then the wash and all the love for they put on the paint, like this thing actually looks really cool. So I was on the fence. I was like thinking about it. And I go, you know what? Screw it. I don't do Ninja Turtles, but this thing looks amazing. And this doesn't really look like he would go in a Ninja Turtle set anyways, because he's not really animated enough. Same thing on this. The mouth thing comes in and out. Bendy tail, nice long tail. Like, you can't go wrong with the NECA aliens. Like, they just do a great job. That's it. I'm going to throw these all up on the shelf. As far as comparisons, I kind of compared them with each other. And then you can check out the alien collection. Now for my favorite part of the video, the part where I show off my collection. Because basically I do this for one of two things. I show you my collection because 99.9% of the YouTubers at the end of their video, they don't show you their collection. And they don't show you their collection for one of two reasons. They don't collect this stuff, or their collection sucks. And they're embarrassed and they don't want to show it to you. So that's why I show mine off, because I am extremely proud of it. And I like to show you that, you know, I am legit. So here's the alien collection. I don't have every single one of them, but I am pretty close. If they look too weird or they're like blue or glow in the dark, I try not to buy them, although I accidentally did buy the red one. Not real sure why. But now he gets to go with the Ninja Turtle one. So there's the alien collection, and I got one question and one request. NECA, you'll probably never see this video. You keep giving us aliens over and over and over and over again that we already have. This is the one that we all want. If you want to redo a figure, do this old Kenner one. Although the Kenner did a really good job on this hybrid alien. This thing definitely could use an upgrade. Although this one is really nice, instead of you guys giving us the same one over, I don't know why they haven't remade this figure. Maybe it just doesn't cost out, because they can only use this thing once, but I really, really want that alien figure done again. There's the collection, that's the review. Thanks for watching.